Hi, everyone. It's Leanne West, and I'm president of the International Children's Advisory Network. I just want to welcome you today to Ask the Experts with Anthony Chang.
So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So welcome to Ask the Experts. Thank you so much for everyone for removing their last name from their display screen so we are able to ensure privacy. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and sorry, Britley and Leanne, if you could admit people as they're coming in, because there's still some coming in. Okay, so today's topic is we're going to be focusing on the iCAN curriculum and exploring careers in medicine, innovation, and advocacy. So in the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to ask you, what was your jack-o'-lantern for today? So you can rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 9, and I would like you to put it in the chat. So go ahead and rate yourself. I would say I'm a 2. So just go ahead and write it in the chat. A 7, a 2, good. A 9. It's okay. It's early for me. A 1, good. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much for participating in my scale. Thank you, Allison. A 9. A 9 too? Okay, that's okay. Hopefully you'll get to a 1 by the end of the session. Okay, so the overview of today's session is, first we're going to start with an introduction to me, and then we're going to go through the objectives. I'm going to go through navigating the iCAN curriculum, and then I'm going to give you a special preview into careers in healthcare lesson, specifically for the careers in medicine. And then I'm going to get some feedback from you for the future curriculum, and then you have an opportunity to ask me questions about the curriculum. Okay, so here's the introduction. So my name is Sabina Goldstein. Some of you have met me in person at the summit, and some of you have received emails from me. I have a background in teaching. I got my master's degree from USC and my undergraduate from UC Irvine. And I have a lot of experience in curriculum development, as that was what I learned in my master's program. And a key thing that they taught me was effective pedagogy. So everything that is within these lessons is a lot of group work, because that's the best way to learn. But if you're also an independent learner, it's workable like that as well. And I included all these principles within teaching within the iCAN curriculum. So best practices for learning are in there. So our objectives today are, first, we're learning how to access the various curriculum modules. And then second, we're demonstrating effective use of the curriculum modules as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Let me see if this is going to work. I want to launch this poll. Okay, let me see if it will work. So there should be a poll, and I want you guys to let me know if you've accessed the iCAN curriculum, and you can be completely honest. So yes, no. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give you a little time to answer. Good. Okay, just waiting on 2 more people. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. Okay, so our results are this. So most of us, I don't know about the 2 other participants, but most of us have not accessed the iCAN curriculum at all. So this is a very good session for us to really understand where it is and how to use it. So thank you so much for being candid, and I look forward to all of us being able to use it. Okay, so next one. Okay, so I'm going to teach you first how to navigate to the iCAN curriculum. So the first place you're going to go is to the iCanResearch.org site. I actually screenshot all the steps to get there, but I'm going to go ahead and take you to the actual site to show you how to get there too. So if you go to For Kids, so first you go to iCanResearch.org, and then you go to For Kids, you're going to go to the drop down where it says iCAN curriculum right there. Okay. And this is great for like the chapter leaders to use, or again, by yourself independently. And then here is the iCAN curriculum, and everything is age appropriate. So it tells you here, like it's grouped by 8 to 10, 11 to 12, 13 to 14, 15 to 16, and 17 plus. Of course, though, your chapter leader can definitely contour the groups however they see fit. So for instance, if you're all like 11 to 12, but they see you as being a little more advanced, then they can use a higher level tier as well. And then here are all the different curriculums, and I also have a slide for this with a little more going into it. So it's telling your story, and here are all the different lessons that you can click, as well as here's like the chapter leader lesson plan that you can preview all the lessons prior. And then there's the certificate of completion. So once you go through all the modules within, for instance, telling your story, your chapter leader can sign a certificate of completion. And if you're applying to college, then you can, of course, use that certificate of completion saying that you completed this module on telling your story and you received a certificate on it. And all of these modules were created in partnership with other organizations. So like Jumo Health has helped us create a lot of the graphics. We have understanding clinical research, and it's the same exact format. So you have a lesson plan that looks like this. It just goes through how to use it. This is more for like the chapter leader than like if you're independently going through it. If you're independently going through it, I would just recommend clicking on the actual activities because it's easier for you to digest the information than to go through the actual lesson plan for it. And then again, certificate of completion. And then there's becoming a leader as well. And then our new preview one is the careers in healthcare, which Abby is going to get up in 2 weeks because unfortunately she's out of office. So you're going to get an exclusive preview to it this week. So again, this one follows the same format, certificate of completion, and then it has the modules. So I'm going to go ahead and oh, there's some people in the waiting room. Admit all. Okay. So again, that's how you access the curriculum, is through the iCAN research site. And then also, if you have any questions about how to use any of the modules, or if you want me to preview the module with your chapter, I can definitely do that for you as well. So here's the module review. Again, each of these was created in partnership with different organizations, including one of our sponsors, Jumo Health. So the first one is telling your story. And you can choose which module best suits you. You don't have to go through all of them. You could say, okay, we want to focus on becoming a leader, so we're going to pull from that module. But the first one that is on the site is telling your story, and it focuses on the exploration of your healthcare journey and using it as a platform to create meaningful discourse and fostering change. So really just focusing on your story. And then the next one is understanding clinical research. So essentially it will guide you through what is clinical research, what is assent, and different phases within the clinical trials. And then the subsequent one is becoming a leader. So this module focuses on leadership and pathways to becoming an effective leader within the healthcare realm. And then this is our new module. So this one provides an array of career opportunities available in healthcare, which is rooted in advocacy, innovation, research, and medicine. So we have all of those. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the next one. So like I told you before, we have an iCAN module learning trajectory. So in every single module, there's a lesson preview. So you can open up this guide right here that I had showed you. Again, this one is a lot more complicated than simply opening up the lesson. So if you're independently studying, I would recommend just opening up the lesson because it will go through all of it. And it's much more digestible than going through this, which is a lot for someone who doesn't have like a teaching credential or something like that, or is actually leading like a whole group of people. So that's the first format. And then all these modules are tailored to suit various age groups, which I went over, from our youngest members to our young adult professionals. And upon completing each module, you have the opportunity to earn a certificate, which can be presented to you either by your chapter leader or by yourself if you want to do independent study, or you can just tell your chapter leader that you completed the module and give them the completed assignments, and then they'll sign it for you. And if you want to send me the completed assignments, like for the ones in healthcare careers, I would love them, because then we can like feature them on our social media. So today we're going to do an exclusive preview to the careers in healthcare module, and there are 3 career pathways. So in the initial module that I made, we have a primary focus on the field of medicine, and this module introduces you to the many careers within medicine. The second module is innovation, and it focuses on various career pathways in innovation. And the third one is advocacy, and it talks about different careers you can take within advocacy. So for mine, I arranged it a little bit differently. And we're going to, as a guide, we're going to be reformatting basically all the lessons so that they fit into this one, just because we want everything to be consistent. So the first category that I have is novice. So these are kids who are 8 to 10. So it's almost the exact same as the other one, but I made sure like I labeled it with novice, intermediate, advanced, and professionals. And then the intermediate is from 11 to 13. The advanced is 14 to 18. So instead of 17, I made it 18. And then this one, the professionals, is for 19 plus, or again, if you feel like you're a little more advanced and you don't want, like for instance, if you're intermediate, you can definitely go to the advanced one, because I made my lessons pretty similar, except it's just the rigor is up a little bit in the advanced one. So again, your chapter leader or you will select the module that aligns most effectively with your development stage and needs. Because again, like in each chapter, there could be a range of ages. So they'll choose the one that best suits your group. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a glimpse into one of the activities in the medicine careers, the careers in medicine. And I'm going to go ahead and first ask you some questions, and I want you to engage in the chat. So I'm just going to go through the first section because I don't want to expose you to everything, but I'm going to ask you some questions, so make sure you try to participate. So medicine is definitely an expansive field that extends beyond just doctors and nurses. And there are various roles in healthcare that contribute to people's healthy and well-being. So I'm going to ask you, what are 3 medical jobs that you are aware of? And I want you to put it in the chat that extend beyond doctor and nurse. So go ahead. If you could go ahead and put that in
yes,
there.
I do. 913-475-3942.
Sorry. Okay, yes. Go ahead. If you could put in the chat, what are good, Mary Rose, a pharmacist. Perfect. A neurologist. Very good. Yes, building medical devices. Perfect. And that one is more for our innovation one, Leanne, but that's great. Biomedical illustrator is good. A physical therapist. Very good. Okay, I love that. So a lot of us know that, you know, careers in medicine definitely extend beyond just doctor. And a clinical social worker, thank you, Brittany, very good. A mental therapist, good. An advocate, very good. So here are some that I had included. And remember, there's 3 different categories. So we have the careers in medicine, innovation, and advocacy. So they're split up into that because I didn't want to overwhelm you with just putting them all in one. So yeah, we have physician, a surgeon, a nurse, a dentist, a pharmacist, a medical researcher, a medical technician, occupational therapist, a radiologist. So what we're going to do today is you're going to get a little preview. I'm going to put you into a breakout room with just randomly assigned. And I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to have you guys complete this personality test to see which career in medicine best suits you. So let me go ahead and pull that up, the instructions for it. Okay, so you're going to be completely candid in your responses, and you're going to select the option that most accurately describes you. There are no right or wrong answers. After completing the test, you're going to tally your scores to discover your potential career paths in medicine. So I'm going to just show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So for instance, how would you describe your role in a group setting? So you're going to circle, I derive satisfaction from assuming leadership positions and taking charge. I thrive on collaborating, working as part of a team. I prefer observing and analyzing situations before actively participating. So you're going to circle the one that best suits you, and then you're going to assign points to each one. So for example, A is 2 points, B is 1 point. Oh, sorry. A is 3 points, B is 2 points, and C is 1 point. And then you're going to have your total score and you're going to circle it. So you guys are simply taking the personality test today, but in your chapter, or if you're doing independent study, you're going to use this personality assessment to then go do research on the career, one of the careers that you're best aligned with. So you could either be assigned like a physician or a surgeon, a physical therapist or an occupational therapist, or a medical research pharmacist or a medical laboratory scientist. So I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat. Let me know if you can access it. If you can access it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. You could also use your little icon in Zoom, but perfect. So if you can access it, that's great. So go ahead and click on it. I'm going to put you in breakout rooms. And once you're done with the survey, I want you to talk about whether you were able to get what you wanted, or were you surprised at the results that you got for your personality test and your assigned career. So I'm going to go ahead and put the breakout rooms together. Okay, so we're gonna, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna make let's do 4 breakout rooms. Okay, and then you could just spend time filling it out and then go ahead and talk about it. Oh, Allison, if you don't mind me volunteering you, I didn't get to hear from you in your group discussion. So is it okay if you share whole group? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I got 15 points, so that we said it would be a nurse, physical therapist, or occupational therapist. But like, honestly, I don't want to go into the medical field at all. Like, I
Yeah.
want to be an animator. So
Okay, that's great. And you know what? That's actually in one of the modules, because you can be an animator within healthcare, just like Jumo Health. So, you can still be within healthcare, even if, animation is your dream. So thank you so much, Allison. I appreciate that. Is there anyone else who wants to share the results? And just so you guys know, a personality test definitely does not define your career choice. It's just to give you a head start on the research that you would do within this module. So if you weren't sure what career you wanted to do research on, then you could definitely fill out the personality test, and then it would tell you, okay, maybe a physical therapist, and then start doing research on that. Okay, so if there's no one else who would like to go ahead and share,
I'll share.
Oh, you'll share? Go ahead, Leanne. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So I also had 15 points, so that put me in the nurse physical therapist category. But I'm already grown up and I already have a job, and I'm really fit in the lowest category, which is the researcher. That's exactly what I do. So I thought that was interesting.
Exactly, yes. So, and again, like me, I'm into teaching, and when I did the survey, I scored doctor, but I'm fear blood, so that would never work out.
Me
So,
too.
yeah, it definitely did not align with me at all, but it just gives me a head start on research if I wanted to go ahead and do the research project within the module. So, again, at the end of this, and I didn't want to expose you to all the activities because just in case your chapter does the module, I just wanted to expose you to a part of it. And again, if you take the quiz again, you could score completely different if you mark differently. Because like Leanne said, some of the choices resonated with her in more ways than one. So you could have chosen something else and gotten a different career. But you will get a completion of certificate, and then your chapter leader can sign it for you, or you can send me your activities and I can sign it for you. Again, I would love to see all the work you're doing. So especially for like the younger group, the 8 to 10, there's a lot of like drawings and writing letters to hospitals for the advocacy module. So I would really like to see that as well. So I'm going to take this time to go ahead and ask you some questions about the curriculum. And oh, perfect. Thank you, Allison, for sharing. I love that too. And again, if you're majoring in art, there are a lot of connections to healthcare too. And almost every single career can be cross-listed with healthcare. So you can make changes through that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and ask you questions about the curriculum. And I really would like active participation if possible, because we are still like deciding for our next module, like exactly what to do and what you want. And it's so important for you to be invested in the curriculum. So I want to ask, what healthcare topics or issues, and everything is on the screen, so you don't have to just listen, you could also read it. I wanted to make sure it was friendly for people who may have like audio issues or things like that. So, and you can also put it in the chat. So what healthcare topics or issues are you most interested in learning about? So I want you to put that in the chat if you're able to, and I'm taking notes while you're writing. So I'm going to give you some time to answer that, or if you want to answer verbally, you can go ahead and just raise your virtual hand or unmute, and I'll be writing that down.
All right, y'all, don't be shy. This is your opportunity to speak up.
Yes. Okay, psychology and neuroscience. Thank you, Mary Rose. And neuroscience. And remember, you don't have to just use the chat. You can just go on unmute if you want to. Okay, thank you, Vera. Probiotics and gut microbiome. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, and if you feel comfortable, click unmute. Don't be shy. Okay, so I'm gonna go, dermatology and cardiology. Very good, Valentina. Nice. And cardiology. Perfect. Okay. So, okay, thank you, Ridley. Okay, so do you have any health-related questions or concerns that you'd like to see addressed in the curriculum? So remember that I went over the 4 different modules that we currently have. What else would you like to see addressed in the curriculum beyond like telling your story, the clinical trials, leadership, the healthcare modules, and careers? What would you like to see beyond that? Again, you can either type it in the chat or you can speak verbally. Okay, the side effects of medication. I love that, Mary Rose. Thank you. Medication. And I think that's so important to understand, Mary Rose.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we were thinking about doing next is looking at like the regulatory landscape, like what does the FDA do to help get medicines through? And actually side effects falls underneath that for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then good. Playing triage. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yes. ER room activity. Love that too. Perfect. Okay. And again, you don't have to participate in all of them. If you have some ideas, just throw them out there. Okay, do you think that there should be more interactive activities or games in the curriculum? If so, what kind? So like, what are you looking for when you're learning? What do you want, games, activities, or what specific kinds? Okay, okay, Allison. Yes, that's perfect. So a module just on rare diseases. Thank you, Allison. Okay. So again, the next one is, do you think that there should be more interactive games? Like the one that we did, that was very interactive. Like you had multiple choice quizzes like throughout. Perfect. Thank you, Mary Rose.
I like that.
Multiple choice quizzes. I agree, because you need to make sure you're understanding and not just reading things. Choice quizzes.
And do you like doing group activities that you
Yes.
might be able to do with your chapter, or would you rather do individual activities?
Interactive activities. Like a lot of mine are groups. So what do you, like Leanne said, what do you prefer? But of course you could do them by yourself. Okay, a bit of both.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that's good. Okay, and now we're on, and I'm taking notes on all these. So I appreciate everything that you are putting in there. I used to make toys out of trash for my little brothers, maybe playing a game with a team where you have a oh, yes, that's literally in this one. I put it's a role play and you have to play doctor to figure out what the patient has. So it's like a case study. So I really like that idea. But yeah, you're supposed to be on teams and figure out like a medical team and figure it out. Love that. Thank you so much. Okay, so number 4, how that kind of ties with it. So we could skip number 4 because it's how can we make the curriculum more engaging and fun for you. You said like the quizzes and things like that, and just making it like role play, like teams and things like that. I got an answer for number 5. So it says, are there specific medical conditions or treatment you'd like to know about? So I understood that someone wanted to learn about more rare conditions. Is there any other medical conditions or treatments that you'd like to learn more about? So if you can put that in the chat or you can say it verbally, that would be perfect. So again, is there any medical conditions or treatments you'd like to know more about? So like we can have an entire module like after the regulatory one where it just focuses on like researching medical conditions and treatments and things like that. So is
And
there any specific ones that you're interested in? Go ahead, Leanne.
I was just going to say, and maybe things like invisible conditions or autoimmune conditions or things that you're born with or rare diseases. Like there's a lot of topics out there. So y'all think about that. I have to go answer my door. I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries. Go ahead if you could put it in the chat. Anything, are there any medical? Yes. Yeah, don't be shy if there's any other medical treatments you want to know about. Or maybe if some of you are currently undergoing medical treatment, maybe that's something that you, okay, invisible conditions, just like Leanne said. Thank you, Mary Rose. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. I think the 6 is similar to the ones that we went over. What do you think is the most important thing to include in a healthcare curriculum for kids? So I want everyone to try to think, what's the most important thing? Like, do you think it's the activities, or do you think it's like a connection to real life world circumstances? What do you think is the most important thing to include in the curriculum? Fun. Thank you, Vera. Yeah, it needs to be fun. Okay, so that's one thing. Making sure the concepts are simplified. Yes, I tried to do that the best I could. Concepts are simplified. And that's why I want to go back through the previous curriculum to make sure that it is simplified for the kids. Thank you so much for that, Lindsay. Okay, are there any, for older kids, that they understand how it affects their lives and things like that, okay? How it affects their lives. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I want to thank you so much for answering all the questions that I had about the curriculum. And I really like your feedback about how we can make it more engaging for you and how we can really transform our current curriculum to meeting your current needs. And then I wanted to end with this. Are there any questions that you all have for me about the curriculum. So I know that there are people from various chapters within this team meeting. So I just want your any feedback that you have besides what I asked or any questions. Like if you want me to go and host how to go through the curriculum within your chapter, or you want and you're not a chapter leader, you can reach out to your chapter leader and ask them to do that. But do you have any feedback or questions that you want addressed today? And you could put in the chat if you don't feel comfortable speaking up. Just take a moment to think about it. I know a lot of you have amazing ideas, so definitely like don't feel shy. But if you want to put it in the chat, like, oh, could you maybe go through the entire module with our chapter? That's also a possibility too. Just let me know any questions that you may have. Could you maybe explain more with it? Oh, yeah. So, Allison, so there's chapter leaders. So, the chapter leader is the person who basically helps guide you in your chapter through like iCAN and also through the curriculum. That's what they can guide you through. They set up basically activities for your organization. So, essentially if you should have a youth chapter leader, but if you want to further go through the curriculum and if you're not involved in iCAN yet and you want to get involved, then you can be assigned one. But if you want to go through the curriculum further and your chapter leader reaches out to me, or you can reach out to me, I'm going to put a survey into the chat below, and you want me to go through the entire module with you, I can do that. So like I can, be your pseudo chapter leader and go through the entire module with you and do the activities with you so that it's really understandable. But again, all the modules are created in my end of the modules so that you can really guide yourself through it independently. But again, that's an option. So the chapter leaders are there for you so that they're supposed to be choosing activities for you to do.
No,
And you guys should be meeting like at least like every month. Yes, Allison, go ahead.
yeah, I meant more or less like because I thought you mentioned something like a leadership, uh, like type of like module thing,
Oh,
wasn't there?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I was like the chapter leader. I was like, I'm pretty sure that they know what that is, but okay. So if we go through this again, so here is the becoming a leader. So if you click here, some of them make you download, which is we want to make them more consistent so that you're able to view all of them. So let me share this. This is a PowerPoint now that it popped up, but it's basically this, and this one's for all ages. So it's just a slide deck, which again, like Leanne and I already discussed, completely transforming some of them so that it's, interactive for you. But it's the same thing. Like, can you name leaders just like how I did today? Like, can you name some people within the field of medicine? So it's the same format in that essence, but it tells you like come up with qualities for a great leader. And we want to make sure like because when I was going through this curriculum myself, I want to make sure that it ties really into like healthcare. So like how can you become a good leader within healthcare? Like this one just talks about like achieving things within the next 5 years and becoming a leader in that regard. But how can you tie that into healthcare and being a leader? Advocacy, right? And maybe writing to the Senate, or changing bills. And that's a lot what we were talking about at the summit with Courtney. So that's being a leader within the advocacy realm, but that's our leadership module. But we're going to try to put more into it so that it reflects more of an advocacy leadership role, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be advocacy. I mean, it can
Yeah.
be anything.
It could be anything. Yes.
We wanted this to be something where everybody could find themselves somewhere in the leadership realm. And one of the things that we did that I think is the coolest for this is we actually got little video clips. They're like 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, from various leaders that we know around the world, whether they're in medicine or not. And they gave us a lot of kind of their tips for being a good leader, or, things that they think about. And so it should be pretty interesting to at least watch those videos and kind of hear from some leaders what they think and what they do, and how they see themselves. And there's all sorts of types of leaders. Like, there's some kind of quiet leaders. There are people who are very gregarious. And so it's really just designed to help you figure out what kind of leader you are and give you some tips and tricks on becoming a leader and things like that.
Thank you, Leanne. And these are right here. So again, like, you don't have to connect it to healthcare. You could be a leader within the animation realm, like you want to, Allison. So here are the videos. And then again, like, a lot of it's like interactive. So we have crossword puzzles, and they're all differentiated based off of the group level. And then there's coloring pages too. So again, like, you don't have to be like, Allison, I'm not sure how old you are, but I know you're not 8 to 11. But you could definitely do the coloring page even if you're not within that age group. It's accessible for everyone. And if you wanted to do the crossword puzzle for 8 to 11, you could definitely do it. Everything is like free game and open for you to do. And so if you want me to walk you through any of these, or if you feel that you can navigate it yourself and you want to just share the work with me, that would be good too. Are there any other questions that we have? Like, Vera, do you have a question? Let me see at the chat. Okay. I just want to make sure everyone is good. So if you are not a chapter leader, definitely tell your chapter leader, like, oh, I went and I saw the curriculum. I think we should start using it. Or, if you're doing other activities too, that's great. We just want to see those from you. So like, send us pictures and things like that. We'd love to promote them on our social media because we want to see what you're doing. And, we really, really appreciate all of you. And, we're an iCAN family team, and we want to make sure that all your needs are being met. Okay. So go ahead.
You know what else I would love? Seeing Allison's an artist, and I know that Yin is too. If you all have maybe something that you create that might be fun for other kids to see, we would love those. Like, if you wanted to create a coloring page for younger kids, we'd pop that in there too. We'll put your name on it.
Oh yeah.
Or if you like, whatever, we are always looking for more ways to expand and make this more fun and interactive. And I always know that young people like seeing things from other young people too. I think that's always a little bit more fun. So yeah, anything is great. And there's my door again. I'm not this popular, really.
It's okay, man.
It's just because I'm online.
But definitely, if you, Allison, I have your email, and Hannah, I have your email too. I would love to reach out to you to do some artwork for our module, because I can still add to it. It's never ending. If you're actually interested in creating, I have some from Jumo Health, some coloring pages, but if you're interested in creating one on like being an advocate, like standing on Capitol Hill and things like that, and really creating a platform there, I would definitely love to reach out to you. Is that something that you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, sure. And I would like to add, I'm already experienced in advocacy. I've talked to senators and representatives before, actually.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I kind of already know about all that.
Okay, I love that. Thank you so much, Allison. So I'll email you, okay? I'll email you today, and I'm gonna put you with, do you feel comfortable creating like a drawing on advocacy?
Yeah, sure. It might take a while. I kind of have like stuff going on,
Oh,
but
no,
I
no, no,
mean,
no, no. I understand. It could take as
yeah.
long as as long
Okay.
as you want. Okay, I'll put you for advocacy. And then, Han, did you want to do, let me see, I already have one for medicine from Jumo. Do you want to do one on innovation?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, I would love to.
You have a what?
I would love to, but that
Oh.
might be like a November 2nd activity because I'm like currently applying for college.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations. Good. Okay. Yes. So, I want you to do a drawing on innovation. I'll email you, and you can do like medical devices and things like that. You can draw, okay?
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you so much.
Okay, that sounds good. And then also, one thing that I wanted to tell you all before I dismiss you, um, I wanted to ask if any of you, so if you can email me, so we are starting to do iCAN spotlights. So essentially, we are going to be spotlighting one of you on our social media. And if you feel like you deserve to be spotlighted, which I'm sure all of you deserve to be spotlighted, definitely email me. Like for instance, if you're applying to college, that deserves a spotlight. So, send me your picture and then tell me what your accomplishment is. And then I will post it on the iCAN social media. Okay. So applying to colleges, advocacy speaking. So Allison, if you want to be featured on the iCAN Instagram page, just send me your headshot and the little like blurb about what you've done, and I'll feature it on it. Okay. Is there anyone who'd be interested in doing that? Because I'm trying to find one for Monday.
Maybe, but also a November 2nd activity.
Okay. Okay, so go for next week. Or Allison, do you have any pictures of your like speaking and advocacy roles?
I actually do have a picture with the virtual meeting with the senator, so I
Cool.
could go and email that to you maybe.
Yes. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Allison.
I'm a part of YAR. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yes. Yes, I am.
So that was actually it was through the trying to think of what it was, like Youth and Teen Advocacy Day, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect. Yes. Send me that screenshot of you, and then also with a little blurb, and that would be perfect. Thank you so much, Allison. And again, we love to see you, and we love all your participation. So make sure, email us if you have any questions about the curriculum or anything at all, and we'd love to help you. Leanne, do you want to add anything else?
I do. I want to add two things. So one,
Okay.
we consider the curriculum kind of a living thing where we can add things to it. If you do something and it's confusing, you can tell us and we can make it better. So any feedback you can give us, or if there's something else you'd like to see in a certain module, just let us know. We'd love to add to it and make it, more friendly or fun or whatever it is. And then the other thing is one of our partners, the Pediatric Trial Network, is looking for youth members to do some short videos on what they call like lay summaries, meaning they have clinical trial results and they want them put in the words that everybody can understand, especially youth. And so they're looking for some youth members to volunteer to look over what it says, what a clinical trial summary says, and then put it into your own words to help other kids. It's like a 1-minute video, if that. So if anyone wants to volunteer for that, we would absolutely love it. We're looking for lots of kids to do it.
Yes. And if you're interested, put it in the chat or just verbally say it, and I can email you if you didn't receive an email before. Remember, it's just a short video and you're just, summarizing things. So it's not, oh, okay, here. Yay, Valentina. I'll put you down. Perfect. Okay, I'll email you, and then all this is going to be an email. Don't worry. So I'm going to summarize like what you guys said about the curriculum and what you would like to include, and then also, of course, thanking you for your participation. And then Valentina, I'll be sending you the PTN. Perfect. And then I have a Google form for you to complete, just so that you can tell me what you liked about this ATE or what improvements could be considered for next time. So if you all could click the chat and then fill that out. And then, of course, after you're done with that, or, you could do that on your own time. We, again, appreciate you so much. And we look forward to all of you engaging in the curriculum. And again, send me any work that you do. And again, the option to engage in the PTN and the video is there. And Also, the iCAN spotlights are also available, so send me those as well, and I'll also reiterate that in the email that I send you.
And one last thing. What is our next one? What is our next Ask the Experts?
Oh, our next Ask the Experts is on November 18th, and it's featuring Yar. So I really look forward to seeing you all there, and it's about advocacy. So write that down, November 18th. Of course, it's going to be in the newsletter, and we're also going to send reminders and have it on social media. But then after that, I want to also feature this one. So look forward to the December one, which is December 16th. So if you want to write that down, that one is going to be featuring Joe Kiani, and he's CEO of Massimo, which is a world-renowned med tech company. So make sure that you're there for that. So don't forget the dates, November 18th and December 16th. November 18th is Yar, and December 16th is CEO Joe Kiani, and he focuses on innovation in medicine. Thank you for also writing it.
For those interested in leadership, I mean, he is definitely one of the world leaders in medical device development. So he might be really interesting for you to listen to. So we're excited about that one.
Yes.
We're excited about all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And I will also be putting all this into our email. So don't worry if you didn't write down the date. I will be writing it down for you. Okay, thank you so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. And if you celebrate Halloween, have a spooky Halloween celebration. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.